Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Finale Guitar Studio video. My name is Nye. Today I'm going to be starting a series of short videos about music theory for complete beginners, because often you'll find as a guitarist or player of any other instrument really that you'll get to a sort of plateau where you go, I know a lot of things that I can play, but I want to work out some new things by myself and I don't know how I can go about doing it. And what you really need is just a little bit of music theory knowledge. So in this series I'm going to be starting at the very basics and building up to some quite advanced bits. Today's video is going to be about major scales and how they work and why, and what we're on about when we talk about something being in a key. So I'll start with that. When we talk about a key, for example, someone might say to you, this song is in the key of C major. All they mean by that is that the melody for the song uses the notes out of a C major scale. So to make a C major scale is quite simple, and you'll recognise the sound of one instinctively, because probably almost all the music you've ever heard in your life will in some way be based on one. So if I play this, or this, you can say straight away both of those are major scales. And if I played a note at random, let's just pick one, how about this one? You could probably listen to that note and you could go do 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 do, or do re mi fa sol, or whatever you like. So yeah, the brain is kind of automatically programmed to know about major scales, and the thing that makes them recognisable to you is the fact that they've got the right gaps or intervals between the notes. So the gaps are a tone, a semitone, a tone, a tone, a semitone. And if you look in the box down below, you'll find that written down. You'll also find that you can subscribe to the channel, which I would highly recommend. You get all my videos straight to your inbox, lots of free, useful stuff. And you'll also find a link to my website, and if you could like my Facebook page, that'd be very helpful. So yeah, if we start on a C note, for example, there's one just there, and we go up a tone. A tone is 2 frets on a guitar and 1 fret is a semitone. On a piano, 1 space is a semitone and 2 is a tone. So we're going to go up a tone, up another tone, up a semitone, up a tone, up a tone, up a tone, and up a semitone, and you'll find we're back where we started on a C note. Now, all the notes that we hit there were the white notes. So in the key of C major, you will only have white notes, or natural notes, as they're otherwise known. So a C major scale would go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. To get the intervals from other places, you have to start adding in sharps and flats, aka the black notes on the piano. So if, for example, I start on D and I want to make a major scale, I'd have to go, a tone would take me to E, a tone would take me to F sharp, a semitone to G, tone to A, tone to B, a tone takes me to C sharp, because there isn't a black note here, so to go 2 semitones takes me there, and then the last semitone back to D. So you can see in the course of making my D major scale, I've had to hit 2 black notes, which were F sharp and C sharp. You could just as well refer to this note here, because it's a semitone lower than G, you could call it G flat. However, in this context, we don't call it G flat, and the reason for that is that when you make a scale, you want to have every letter of the musical alphabet in there once. You don't want to miss any, and you don't want to repeat anything. So if we were to call it G flat, our D major scale would have gone D, E, G flat, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And so if we did call it that, we'd have missed out F completely, and we'd have G in there twice, which would be really confusing. So we don't do that. We call them, either we call them sharps or we call them flats, whichever one means that we've got every letter in there once. I'll give you another example. For G major, to go a tone would take us to A, to go another tone would take us to B, semitone to C because there's no black note in between B and C, tone to D, tone to E, one more tone is going to take us to F sharp, and then we're going to end up back on G again. So in G major we call this the key signature. We say the key signature for G major is 1 sharp, which is F sharp. There's also keys which have flats in. Those are keys like, for example, F. So if I start on F and I go a tone up, I get to G, another tone takes me to A, a semitone takes me to this note here. I could call it A sharp, but we've already had A, so I'm not going to call it A sharp, I'm going to call it B flat instead. And then a tone, another tone, and a semitone to get back to F. So we say in the key of F there is one flat, and that flat is B flat. In the key of, let's do B flat for example, if I start on a B flat and I go up a tone, I get to C, another tone to D, a semitone takes me to E flat. Again, we don't call it D sharp because we've already had D. And then from there, a tone takes me to F, a tone takes me to G, a tone takes me to A, and a semitone back to B flat where I started. So we say in the key of B flat, there's 2 flats, which is B flat and E flat. So I hope this makes sense to you. That's why there are flats and sharps in certain keys. If you look in the link below, you'll see a circle of fifths, which conveniently shows you all the keys and all their key signatures. So it's really worthwhile to learn these, and there's lots of different ways to remember them. I might talk about those a little bit in the next video. And in the next video I'm also going to talk about minor keys and how they work. So yeah, have a look at the link below. I hope this has been useful to you. A really good thing to do is go through on a keyboard or your instrument of choice and work out all the key signatures yourself and write them down, because that will really help you remember them. But if you can't be bothered to do that, then have a look at a circle of fifths and you can memorise them off that. There's a link to one in the box below. Cool, I hope this has been useful to you. Please leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. And like the Facebook page, don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like a guitar lesson on Skype or in the studio in Sheffield, then drop me a message as well. Nice one, thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next video.